So, I'm talking about a couple products today. Well, I'm talking about an issue actually, but anyway. Oh, I dropped some of my pepper. Now I only have this much to take this morning. That's okay, because I put too much on the spoon. Alright, well, I don't know. I'm pretty tired. I do the morning juice when I'm still half asleep. But I like this little coffee corner chat that we have in the morning. So, and I haven't been doing the coffee. I've been healthy again. Yay! So, I'm trying to do this here instead, but I don't know how that'll work. I might just have to think of something else to do. So I do this inside, and it's not fun to watch. I suppose I make funny faces and such. I already had to drink some of this. I made too much of it this morning. But that's okay. Don't do me any harm. Fred's out here with me this morning. Yeah, she is. Oh, you want this? Really? I don't think you want ginger turmeric. Ugh. Who wants that? No one wants that. Here we go. We shouldn't get too many clumps. Yuck. Just get that there. Yeah, that doesn't work for this sort of thing. It doesn't work. I better just do that on my own. And just sit here and maybe chat in the morning. I do like sitting out here, but I don't like drinking that here. Anyway, well, let's see if I can talk about all that I wanted to talk about. So when I was a teen, I didn't know anything about my genitalia. As most girls don't, it's hidden away, and unless you grab a mirror, and you should, if you're a girl, and check it out, and then find yourself a little anatomy text somewhere, start referring, probably won't know what's going on. And my mother was not very helpful at all, but I'll get into that. My sister complains about it constantly, how Mom didn't and it's like, okay, and you're still, on about this, whatever, you learn how to, you figure it out. Not everybody, like my parents were shy, so they weren't going to talk about stuff like this. And I'm not, it's not that I'm shy, I'm not. I'll talk about anything. But I just don't like talking. So, it's I don't know, it's a different kind of shyness. It's not a, like I don't want to, when I'm having to talk to people out, or if people come to my home, it's like that makes my home an unsafe environment somehow. Like I can't be around people. I care about people, and I like to send letters, communicate that way. That's great. And I don't like to be with people very much. They do. They really, really like it. They need it. Or they get just devastated. Right, Annafred? Yeah. Doggies really, really need to be with people. Yeah. Anyway, you want up, hey? Okay. Come on. Oh, so heavy. Yeah, you probably shouldn't eat so many treats. Anyway, when I was a teenager, I managed to figure out that at some point that I would like to, use those sort of products. And it wasn't right away. I knew nothing of them for a long time. And, but it was when I was wanting to come across as somebody who's really comfortable with themselves and really knew themselves wrong, and a strong kind of empowered woman. I don't know. I wanted to come across as that, right? And so for me, this made sense, and so I was looking through the internet at different ads and stuff, and this is like, oh, for women, and that's that's what they were trying to advertise themselves as, and I totally bought into it as a teen. I totally did. And I haven't looked to see if the designers of the product were in fact men, and the owners of the company and whoever's profiting off of it. Apparently they're a German company. But it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't make you any more empowered to use that or any other, really. I mean, but it does make you have to worry about hygiene more. And if you don't, you shouldn't be using that product. Because, okay, let's just imagine for a moment you're at a party and somebody's brought over a bucket of chicken and everyone's greasy fingers in the chicken and yum. And then you realize, oh my gosh, I need to go exchange products because it's time. And I don't want to wreck my beautiful jeans that I just bought and I paid so much for, and I wanted to show off to try to attract some wonderful guitar playing boyfriend. And so you rush off to the washroom, and let's say you're in a public setting, which is worse. You've been partying outside at a folk festival or something like that, and here you go off to a public washroom. And I say folk festival because, my God, those washrooms. There's so many people, and anyway, but anywhere. You can picture whatever public washroom you like. So you're rushing off from your little party picnic of chicken, and you slam in one of those, right? You take out your old product and you put in a new one, and you feel confident and you're fine and your jeans are fine. So anyway, but the last thing you were worried about while rushing off to the washroom was hygiene. You were worried about your jeans, and you sure didn't want to be embarrassed about having to walk around with a big blood puddle in the back of your jeans for spread around there for the rest of the night. You don't have any other clothes to change into. So, what was on your hands? Well, not only did you have chicken all over your hands, and that's not so good, right? And then you had everything that was on that door handle. So you know that very few people who are using the public restrooms are washing their hands anyway. So I was looking through all these ads about, or sites about hygiene, and a lot of them said, oh, make sure you wash your hands before you go or after you go to the bathroom, right? But they didn't say before. And if you're using products like these, you really should be paying attention to that. And even if you're not, you're going to be touching presumably toilet paper and touching yourself to wipe, or are you just shaking her dry? If you're shaking her dry, maybe you're fine, right? But otherwise, if your hands are going anywhere near, you want to be clean. Clean. Anyway, one thing that was very good about my mother is she made us freaked out about being clean. So much so that my sister basically had no skin at the ends of her fingers when she was a teenager. My mother is very obsessed about cleanliness. Lots and lots of bleach used by my mother. And she's perfectly fine using it with bare hands. She wants to be a very clean person, and that's one thing that I really worry about with her, but she can't help it. So anyway, cleanliness. You want to be clean. Touching the door handle at the bathroom and whatever, you're going to be picking up all sorts of things. I bet that thing never gets cleaned. You know, if you think about it, every public washroom, are they cleaning the handle? Like I would, right? I would put a lot of time into actually cleaning, if that was my job, cleaning a public washroom. I'd be thinking about all this. I'd be like, oh my gosh, well, so many people are using this and they're not. So at least I, as a custodial worker, must do this, you know, so to try to prevent the spread of whatever. But, you know, I don't think most people do. And I doubt that the people who are working those jobs for the most part, and I'm kind of being a bit of a jerk here because James did, and I'm sure he thought about things because he's a clean person, and he would have wanted to do a good job. So some of them would. Some would be like that, very conscientious. But I'm sure a lot aren't, and I'm sure a lot aren't educated about hygiene, really, you know. So anyway, using this product, empowered? No. Less hygienic? Yeah. But less waste, right? You don't have the applicator. So when I didn't have this for a long time. You see, I wouldn't have been able to give this talk, but I was visiting family, James's family actually, and I didn't have, it always happens that way, right? You just, you go on a little trip and don't have what you end up needing. And so what I use is washable menstrual pads. I have no problem with them. I've never had a problem with them. They're awesome. And, you know, people are all excited about Diva cups and stuff. Do you really want to be sticking your hand in there again? Like, you know, it's fine to wear a pad. It's not a big deal. I do not want I had a cup, and having to reach in, and then the spillage, and you know, it's really I have no problem reaching in there, but for other reasons, right? I'm not gonna, that's just not an enjoyable experience. And yeah, I definitely try washable menstrual pads. There are different brands you can buy that are already made, or you can buy one and then sit down to your sewing machine and make several, and then you never need them again. You just keep washing them. Honestly, that's the way to go. It's, if you're a teenager or if you're a mother and you know your daughter is going to be coming of age soon and needing these products, get her a wonderful little gift. So when she comes to you, you can give her this and say, I've made this for you. I've been waiting for this moment, and here we go. So anyway, you don't need these. But I bought them when I was traveling. And then I was like, oh, why did I get these? Because I'd already thought, I don't want to use this product, right? And anyway, this one has an applicator. And it's like, oh, but then I have the waste of an applicator. Okay, well, it's a organic cotton, whatever. I would rather use this. I don't know. I don't know what's in this thing. Probably find out online somewhere, but it's not all organic cotton, I'm quite sure. There's not that in here, but this, yes. And this product was perfectly fine. I had no problem with this. And I mean, I won't be buying this again. I'm gonna put these in the car, actually, I think, because that's when I might need something like this, is when I'm traveling, right? But maybe I don't know. But anyway, doesn't matter. But of these two products, I would choose this one, even though this one has the applicator. If you're out in unfamiliar settings, like you don't know how clean, even your extended family or whatever. Okay, now I'm sounding like a total jerk, but you don't know. You don't know how other people are. People keep these things private to themselves.